Hey there, I'm Random Stranger, and I've got my hands on a large Famicom bootleg device. And while it has lots of games that you might recognize, there's also quite a few unique games, let's call them that. And rather than going through all of this, I'm going to point out some of the stranger things on this. This is from the Power Zone gaming system, which is a Famicom clone packaged in a penguin with eyes that glow red when you turn it on. So starting at the top, we're not going to play anything here for more than a couple minutes, and I'm not going to play any games that got an actual release unless I accidentally pop into them or do something without thinking. But Contra 2 is obviously Super C. It has a trainer attached to it, which I'm going to show you briefly because that is a unique feature. Just, I don't know why, but it's here. So, shotgun. Always have spread. How about that? Okay. Teenage Turtle is actually Tournament Fighters. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. Harry Potter is Special. Love that music. It's an absolutely terrible shooter. And yes, this tune plays the whole time. Let's get out of this before we go mad. Alright. Tiny Toons is not the NES or Famicom Tiny Toons. Instead, it'll come up. It's one of the Crazy Castle series. I don't think this one was ever associated with Tiny Toons, but who knows with Crazy Castle? They associate it with literally everything. I mean, the real Ghostbusters was one of the games that they placed as one of the Crazy Castle series. X-Men is not X-Men. It is, in fact, LJN's Wolverine, kind of. You can see it does not have the LJN title screen. And this is not the first stage. At least not the one I remember. Because the first stage I remember was a weird funhouse. And it seems to be really hard to kill guys. Let's get out of this game, huh? Okay. Pac-Man is not Pac-Man. It's Miss Pac-Man. Okay, continuing on here. Tank is another actual bootleg game. They put it on here multiple times. And this one's actually almost worth playing. I can't say it's terrific, but it's a fairly large game here. They've got little pixel art levels that you shoot through and blow up the other tanks before they blow up your base at the bottom center of the map. There's some little weird quirks that make it kind of obvious that it's a pirate cart. There are stages where not Japanese, but Chinese characters are used. Yes, there's a little bit of a difference. But, actually it's not horrible. Kind of challenging, really hard to play, and it's kind of dependent on the level, and there's a construction set for it. Build your own levels if you really want to. I have played worse. So, like Wrestle. Now, what game do you think Wrestle could be? It's not pro wrestling. It's Muscle. Possibly one of the worst games released for the NES or Famicom. And they put it on this system twice, just to make things worse. Alright, that's actually what it says it is. Ms. Pac-Man is Ms. Pac-Man. Little Mario. Mr. Mary. That's the only difference. It's just Mario Brothers where they changed the title screen to read Mr. Mary. Why? I don't know. Okay. That Pac-Man is actually Pac-Man. Hunter is Duck Hunt. Defender is Stargate. Clay Shooting is Duck Hunt as well. Here we have another pirate game. Recognize it? It's just a Columns knockoff. I'm not going to play this very long because, frankly, Columns is absurdly easy and boring. Probably one of my least favorite puzzle games. Okay, Space E.T. Sequel to the Atari 2600 game? Nope. It is just Space Invaders. I think that's actually the version that Taito released for the Famicom even, so it's not like it's some obscure knockoff. Okay. Let's run through here. Binary is Binary Land, the cute little puzzle game. That's another copy of Wild Gunman. Battle City. It's Tank again. The exact same version of Tank I just played. There's actually a sequel that's coming up that's Tank B. But it's just more levels of the exact same thing. So we'll get to that, though. Okay. Ninja Gaiden is Ninja Kid. We've got Antarctic Adventure, Sky Destroyer, Excitebike. Here we go with another knockoff. Brush Roll. That is a face that will haunt your dreams. Now this is actually Make Tracks. A rather dull maze game from that era of the arcade when everyone thought that they'd get rich just doing exactly what Pac-Man did. Eventually, some little guy will come out and make a mess of my paint. And I have to try to fill in those spots. And I can crush those guys if I can get the paint roller onto them. You can see that it gave me 9 lives to start with as well. Actually, I'm trying to get some score here because there's one more really bad thing about this There he is. We'll just go snag him. Get back here. I get 1 point. Or maybe 1,000 points, but they did it backwards. So, if I complete a stage, the colors change, and that's it. There's really nothing to this game. It wasn't that great in the arcade. And I think the pirate version isn't exactly a whole lot better. Okay. Looking for another thing. Lunar Ball is actually Lunar Pool. Warpan is Warp Man. Lode Runner 2 is actually Championship Lode Runner. And I can't for the life of me remember what Helicopter is. So let's take a quick look. Oh, goody. We don't want to see that. Okay. I think you can guess what Donkey Kong 2 is. Balloon Fight, Super Arabian. 5 Chess is actually Go Muko. Go Muko. The variant of Go that is just about getting 5 in a row. Combat is Field Combat. Here we have another pirate game, finally. Presents to start. Or maybe that's presents to start. Anyways, it's looks like MS Painted version of Donkey Kong 3. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this game. I can just hear him now. We should just use the spray paint brush to make the little spray. That matches, right? Spray, spray. Goodbye. I think it's obvious that that's Circus Charlie. What was Night? Night is something bad. Oh yes, Iki. How the peasant became a knight, I don't know. Let's just zip through backwards there. WWF is Muscle again, because they hate you. Tank B is 50 other levels from the Tank A game. Islander is just Adventure Island once more. And then Island here is Adventure Island, except they make the timer run faster. Gyrodyne. Oops. We want to look at Ice Ocean because that is a bad pirate game. So first, let's very slowly draw in the stage. Oh, I guess I should have posted some kind of warning that there would be nudity. So you can see, it's a very boring breakout. get points, I'm just realizing now, by dropping stuff on the fish. But honestly, this is about as interesting as having surgery done on you. Oh boy. Boring, boring, boring. Okay. Enough of this. Okay. Mario Hero. Well, Mario Hero, Mario Adventure. They wind up being kind of the same thing, but you need to see one of them. Oh boy, it's Super Mario 2! Oh no. We're actually in World 4-1. That's all it is. They screwed up the physics a bit. Botched the graphics. You can see the flicker at the top. And started you at a later stage. The other one starts you at World 3-1. Spartan is Kung Fu, even though we have already done Kung Fu. But here, let's look at Jumping Kid, because it needs to be seen. Hero Island back there is just another copy of Adventure Island. Yes, Amusement Park Jumping Kid. With wonderful controls and jump physics, where you jump straight up, shoot forward, and come straight down. And this is all there is to the game. And they give little fireworks every time you jump over an animal. Hooray! I'm trying to just get this to the point where you can see a little something different. Hey, these guys can move forward a bit. That's something different, right? That increases the challenge of the game. Here you go. These actually can hurt me because of the bad controls. Oh no! Okay, let's stop playing that before I go crazy. Arkanoid Ball is just Arkanoid. And there's Challenger. But that brings us around to the end. Some good games on here, some terrible games. A lot of odd choices. Definitely a strange penguin.